Okay, so tonight I have an opportunity to do a blind. Here a while back, Amanda from That Bourbon Dude group gave me a sample of the 4Roses Small Batch Select because I had had it before and I liked it, but as my memory served, I didn't like it as much as I liked just the regular small batch. So she gave me a sample and I poured half of it and I really liked it. I enjoyed it. It was better than it was what I remembered. Well, today I picked up a bottle of the regular small batch, and it came in a cool gift set with the little ice molds to make them rose shape. So obviously I had to get that. Anyway, so my wife has helped me set up a blind. I've got a glass with nothing and my That Bourbon Dude glass. So okay, this one's a little bit lighter, a little bit more floral. Not like perfumey, but it's just got a little floral note to me. This one's got it, but there's a little something else in there, a little more of a deeper, like a darker note. I don't know what to call it. I mean, on the nose, I mean, I know these are both 4Roses. So obviously I can tell that they're related, but I think even if I didn't know this was 4Roses or whatever it was, I think I'd be able to tell that they're pretty close. That one's good. A little bit of oak, some vanilla. Yeah. And I don't know if y'all can hear the TV in the background, but we're dodging tornadoes tonight, so. That's got a more, the second one, this first one is oak, caramel, vanilla. This one, it's more of a lighter, there is that little floral note. Again, not perfumey at all. A lot of times if I get something that's floral, it's got like this perfume, and I don't get that. Yeah, this one's just maybe even slightly fruity. And yeah, that's a lighter note. I'm not getting, they both got a nice rye spice to them. But this one's just a little bit lighter, and like I said, I get that little bit of floral to it. So now I got to think about this. And I'm thinking, like, I think I prefer the blank glass over the TBD. I'm thinking that the blank glass is the small batch and the TBD is small batch select.
I'll show them first.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Close them.
Okay. So.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. I can't believe that. I'm hardly ever wrong. I always get these blinds right.
No, you don't.
I've never gotten a blind right. So, that's interesting. Because one of the first kind of really before I really got into starting my bourbon journey, I got a bottle of this in a Dirty Santa at a shop I used to work at. I got invited back for the Christmas party, and that's what I wound up coming home with. And really liked it, really enjoyed it. And then kind of started into, as I got down the road, starting into trying different bourbons, decided to grab the small batch select, and I liked it, but it was just, it had a bitterness to it, and I didn't really, of the two, I preferred the small batch. Now, granted, that was probably at least 2 years ago, at least coming up on 3 years. Now, I will say that I got this. This was $34.99, even with the little ice molds, and a plain bottle by itself was $34.99. So I got the ice molds for free. But I usually see the small batch select in the mid 50s. I mean, okay, I may be changing my mind here. I may actually say that that is worth the price jump. I think this small batch select is enough, because it's only like $20. It's not going to break the bank, and to me they're different enough that you could justify having both of them on your shelf. It's not a one or the other. It's, I mean, you maybe not, depending on what your budget is, you might not buy both of them at the same time, but wouldn't be anything wrong with having both of them on your shelf. I've always liked 4Roses. I even like their base bourbon. Like, it's a good, cheap, easy sipper. So yeah, I'm a fairly big, I haven't got really into the single barrels. I've tried a couple of different ones. I can't tell you one recipe from the other. I haven't had enough of them to get into that. I do need to branch out into those. Because you can find those, especially like the red labels, they're like $50. Which is funny because those are usually cheaper than the small batch select. Excuse me. But, and then you get into some of the barrel proof single barrels. Those tend to get pricey. Usually floating around 100. I think last time I was up there, Total Wine had one for like 120, and that's just ridiculous. But you can find the red labels, and your regular single barrels are, they're 100 proof. And so it's a pretty good buy for $50. Now that we know what we're drinking, let's get a little bit more. Let's see if we can't pick it apart a little bit. Which I don't want to drag this video out too long, but I'm on a roll. And then, like I said, we're dodging tornadoes tonight, so need a little something to take the edge off. I've never really worried about tornadoes. It's one of the things my wife gets mad about. Yeah, that is very, I mean, compared to the Select, this is a very light, bright, so that's 90 proof. I couldn't remember if it was 90 or 95. And the small batch select is 104 proof, which really, drinking it, I couldn't tell that much difference in proof. And I realized that's not quite 10 proof points, or not quite 15. I don't math very well. But anyway. It's very, very light. Like I said, a little bit of floral. And as I sip on it, that floral's I'm getting a little bit more notes. It's giving away to a little fruity note. It's in there. Yeah, man, I can't believe I like that. Got a little bit left of that Select. Now, granted, the small batch Select, the bottle had been open for a while before she sent me a sample. This one's been sitting about that full for probably a month or so now. And this was a fresh crack. And all that means is this flavor will change a little bit as that bottle opens up. Don't believe any of that neck pour bullshit. It's just the bottle changing as it opens. If you're worried about neck pour, give it a shake. Problem solved. Just drink it. It's good whiskey. It's all good whiskey. It's funny the things that people latch onto when it comes to whiskey and different trends and you see, I guess, like, to me, it's like new people get into it and they learn from people that believe something, and so some things just get passed down. And when you stop and think about it, some of them make sense, some of them don't. And to me, I've seen strange arguments in internet posts about the neck pour, people going back and forth, and some believe it's a legit thing and others don't. But whenever you stop and think about, apply some common sense to it. As I drink this down, more air is going to be in here. That spirit is going to open up. And every time I go back to this, it's going to be different. Unless I power through it this weekend, which I'm not going to do. But, yeah, I've had several whiskeys that I'll crack it and it's good, and I let it sit for 2 or 3 days and go back, and it's like, oh wow, this is totally different. And that's just how it works. So, that's just my thoughts on the neck pour. I think on the surface, yeah, it's legit. But when you stop and think about what it is, what it means, it's not. It's just the way the bottle opens up as you drink through it. Yeah. Still a little bit of that floral note. Now, I will admit that I would not have been able to pick that out at the time that I drank my first bottle of this. With what I've learned along my journey, and as my palate has developed, and finding things that I like, being able to pick different notes out and learning how to. So the other on that note is, just because you didn't like it this time doesn't mean that 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line that you won't like it, because your palate will change and adjust. So over time we grow and adapt. And one thing that's honestly helped me, being able to pick out some of these notes, is sitting here and doing this damn near every night, filming it, stopping and thinking. Because even when I'm sitting in my chair, it gets something new and I pour it in one of these glasses and I swirl out. I'm also doing other things, watching TV, but sitting here in front of this camera, I'm stopping and I'm thinking, And I'm really, like, that's all that's going on other than the background noise that I'm sure y'all hear. Wife in there talking to my daughter who's off at college. But for the most part, I tune that out and I talk to y'all. And that really, strangely enough, has helped me develop. I've been able to pick out more stuff since starting this channel than I could before. And I've developed more since I first started down this journey, even really trying to get in there and learn to taste things. So sometimes you just got to stop and smell the roses. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed.